I'm Joanne Moore, Director of the Center, where older adults live well and age strong. I'm delighted to be here with you today to share information about some fun events we have planned for you this summer. But first, a big thank you to the local scene and their wonderful staff for making this program available across Duxbury, Kingston, Plymouth, and Pembroke. Their support allows us to shine a spotlight on programs that are both local and regional. And as we enjoy the warmer summer days, I want to share some fun programs you might be interested in. On Thursday, July 9th at 2 p.m., we begin a 3-week session of salsa for starters. No experience or partner is needed to join in the fun. On Wednesday, July 11th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., the South Shore Bay Band will join us for an outdoor musical experience. On Monday, July 13th at 11 o'clock, join us to learn how to be a super ager. I don't know about you, but I want to learn how to live longer and better. And through the Livable Duxbury University, we have a wide array of programs planned for you, starting with a program on anxiety on Tuesday, July 14th at 1 o'clock. Join Amy Gerard, licensed social worker from BID Senior Behavioral Unit. She will discuss the signs and symptoms of anxiety and what you can do to improve how you're feeling. And on Tuesday, July 11th at 10 o'clock, join our town historian, Tony Kelso, for a fascinating look at how the history of Duxbury's housing. Tony will share stories about how many of the familiar houses in town have changed over time, including homes that once served as multi-family dwellings, summer houses, or had very different uses earlier eras. On Tuesday, July 14th at 3 o'clock, come and learn about a community program and how housing was done right in Alston. Learn about how one community thought outside the box to meet their community needs. I hope one of these programs have piqued your interest and that this is just the tip of the iceberg. Stop by and get a copy of The Current, our monthly newsletter, or go to duxburyseniorcenter.org and download a copy. There's something for everyone at the center, and I hope you'll fill your days with all that we have to offer.
I'm Holly Nagelli. I'm the Director of Elder Affairs for the Town of Kingston. Thank you for joining me for Looking Forward for the month of July 2026. So this month at the Senior Center on Wednesday, July 1st at 1 o'clock, we have our craft class. Join us to make patriotic bracelets and necklaces, as well as tissue paper flowers. All skill levels are welcome and all materials are provided. The Senior Center will be closed on Friday, July 3rd in observance of Independence Day. On Tuesday, July 7th at 11:30, we'll be celebrating the 250th birthday of the USA and the 300th birthday of Kingston. Join us for lunch, which will be a pulled pork sandwich, pasta salad, baked beans, and ice cream, followed by entertainment from Chuck Palmer. There's a $5 fee for the event, and a portion of the event is being paid for by our friends of the Kingston Council on Aging, so we appreciate their support. On Wednesday, July 8th at 1 o'clock, we have a history of the Delano family with archivist librarian Nick Catullus. Join us for a presentation on the historic Delano family and their connection to Kingston's maritime history. The presentation will include a look at the large number of ships owned by Benjamin and Joshua Delano and the historic areas and landmarks of the town that they impacted. On Friday, July 10th at 10 o'clock, we have Frankly Speaking Friday. And going along with the theme, the topic for this month is Happy 250th Birthday, America. Nancy will be looking back at milestone birthday celebrations in 1826, 1876, 1926, and 1976. On Wednesday, July 15th at 1 o'clock, we'll be showing the movie Charlie the Wonder Dog, the story of a canine with superpowers. And because it's the summertime, we may have grandparents watching their grandkids, and so you can feel free to bring your grandchildren to watch the movie. There will be snacks. On Friday, July 17th at 10:30, we will be joined by representatives from the Alzheimer's Association for a presentation titled Understanding Alzheimer's and Dementia. So Alzheimer's is not normal aging. It's the disease of the brain that causes problems with memory, thinking, and behavior. The program will provide insight into the impact of the disease and the difference between Alzheimer's and dementia, disease stages and risk factors, current research and treatments, as well as resources from the Alzheimer's Association. So that's an important topic. Please register. We expect a big crowd for that one. On Monday, July 20th at 1 o'clock, we have our grief support group with outreach coordinator Jenny Stiers. That's open to everyone. You don't have to pre-register. You just come in and join the group. On Tuesday, July 21st at 10 o'clock, we have an important presentation from Robin Putnam from the Massachusetts Office of Consumer Affairs. Robin has been facilitating lectures and programs for the last 11 years to groups all over the Commonwealth about scams and fraud protection, online safety, home improvement contracting, and credit card skimming devices. This is valuable information to stay informed about how to keep yourself safe from scams, which is something that we're always trying to educate people on. On Thursday, July 23rd at 1 o'clock, we have our watercolor painting class. Join instructor Patricia Rose to paint a summer watercolor painting. All levels of talent are welcome. The class is $3 and all your materials are provided. On Friday, July 24th at 10:30, we have a make your own resin pendant. Our instructor Cindy will assist participants with creating a colorful, unique resin pendant to wear yourself or give as a gift. This is a free class. Again, all materials are provided, but you do need to pre-register. On Tuesday, July 28th at 11 o'clock, we have the wonderful opportunity to enjoy a 1-hour boat ride on Duxbury Bay, courtesy of the Duxbury Bay Maritime School. So you can bring your own lunch and enjoy time after the ride for a picnic on the grounds of the school, overlooking the bay. Spots are extremely limited, therefore registration is mandatory and transportation is available upon request, but details will be provided when you call to sign up for that. So that'll be a fun opportunity for people to see beautiful Duxbury Bay just around the corner. And on Friday, July 31st at 12:30, we have DJ Jim back for Singo. Play music bingo and win whimsical prizes, and another opportunity to bring grandkids if you're on babysitting duty and you need some time to fill with the kiddos. Bring them down and play music bingo. And as always, in addition to these events, we offer a variety of health and support services each month at the Senior Center. Our town nurse Annie is here every Thursday for blood pressure clinics, beginning at 10:30. Mobile medical foot care will be here on Thursday, July 30th. At-home hearing healthcare will be here on July 9th for free hearing screenings. Appointments are required, so call the Senior Center to sign up for an appointment for that. We have an attorney that comes in once a month for legal consultations. Also, appointments are required. And State Representative Kathy Lenatra is here for office hours on Thursday, July 9th. And Kingston Police Chief Brian Holmes, or sometimes a representative from the police department, is here on July 16th to discuss any issues you may have. So I hope everyone enjoys their summer, and we hope to see you at the Senior Center.
Today, I will be talking about July activities and how in the world is it almost July? Although the weather sure feels that way. Time is just marching on faster than ever. First, I would like to talk about that the Center for Active Living is changing the look of its newsletter. So when you see our newsletter, either online or in person, when it arrives at your mailbox, or when you come into the center and you pick it up and you're going through it, it is going to look different. Don't worry. All of the same information is still in there, but you might have to look to find it. We've followed the, what do you call that? The table of contents on page 2. It will tell you where to find everything. And we will be doing a focus group in August surrounding the new look of the newsletter and the new layout. So if you would like to participate in that, you definitely want to keep your eyes open and keep reading the newsletter and following our constant contact to find out how you can join and be part of that focus group. Now I'm going to go through and tell you some of our activities that are going to be coming up in July and some special events. Our intergenerational discussion group is going to continue once again. We have 4 new students, Caitlin, Hannah, Alex, and Jesse will now be running this group. And their next meeting is going to be July 8th at 2:15 p.m. here at the center. As always, and I probably should have said this earlier, as always, every program that we offer, you must register for. If you just come and drop in, there may not be a seat for you. We are seeing more and more people coming and participating. Yay, we're doing something right. But we're getting to our max, and you need to let us know that you want to come. But also, you need to cancel if you're not going to make it, because there are waiting lists, and we are trying to do everything we can as a team and a staff here at the Cal to make sure that moves along. So if you're on the waiting list and someone cancels, you may get a phone call that a spot has opened up. Next up, we have the acoustic guitar performance. And what we found out after the newsletter went out was I have it scheduled on July 9th, but we're not sure it's going to happen. But I am telling you this because we're going back to the group to see if they possibly can do it on July 9th. If you have never heard our acoustic guitar group play, it's spectacular. Next up, we have Nancy Franks with Happy 250th Birthday, America. She will be here Friday, July 10th at 2:30 in the afternoon. And she is going to celebrate milestone festivities of 1826, 1876, 1926, and 1976. So that's our 50th, 100th, 150th, and 200th birthday of America. Again, Friday, July 10th at 2:30 p.m. I, your fearless activities coordinator, will be doing trivia and root beer floats Thursday, July 16th at 1:30 p.m. This event is sponsored by the Friends. So is Nancy Franks, by the way. And you must register. Next up, we have women's pelvic floor therapy with Jamie Schaefer, occupational therapist from Peak Physical Therapy. And she will talk about understanding the role of the pelvic floor and improve your knowledge of a healthy bladder and pelvic floor habits. She's also going to teach us how physical therapy can address the root cause of urinary incontinence rather than just treating the symptoms. Wouldn't it be nice to not have to take another pill to correct something, but to actually work at strengthening a muscle to get the desired outcome? Again, this meeting is Wednesday, July 22nd at 10:30 in the morning. Back in May, we did a temporary grace trail. Well, guess what? People liked it so much that we've decided we're going to blaze our temporary grace trail on a pretty regular basis, as long as we can, until the weather changes, once a month. So our next meeting of the Grace Trail will be Friday, July 24th at 11 a.m. Next up, we have Who Really Was Paul Revere with Mr. Richard Nichols. Richard is a historian speaker who has done a lot of research about the Pilgrims and the people on the Mayflower. Richard is fun and brings to us always something new and different. This event is sponsored by the Friends and will be Friday, July 24th at 2:15. Next, we have Cal Connections. This month, we will be bringing Plymouth's animal control officer to the Cal to discuss safety of the public and animals in our town. Learn more about responsible pet ownership, the laws governing animals, and the department's role in reuniting missing pets with their owner and rehoming unclaimed animals. This event will be Wednesday, July 29th at 10 a.m. Bring your questions. Next up, we are working with Ruth McNaughton from Comfort Keepers, and she is going to discuss managing hospital admissions confidently. We all know that a hospital stay can be overwhelming, whether you're planning for yourself or helping a loved one navigate the healthcare system. Ruth McNaughton will have an informative discussion to tell you what to expect before, during, and after your stay. Please, again, bring your questions. This event will be Thursday, July 30th at 1 p.m. It's summertime, and you know what that means? The 4-H students will be joining us most Fridays, July through the middle of August, to bring us fruit, vegetables, some animals, and most important, that intergenerational discussion between us and them. Meg Riley from the Agricultural Extension of Plymouth County will be here July 10, 17, 24, and 31 at 11:45 a.m. Please come stop by, say hi to Meg and all the 4-H students. They love us as much as we love them. We do summer concerts every summer. Our outdoor concerts end up indoors. So this summer we decided we aren't planning anything outside. The weather doesn't always cooperate. Sometimes it's too hot, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's raining. So this summer, we're doing our concerts inside. Our July concerts are as follows, but please keep in mind, you must register. July 2nd, we have All Shook Up with an afternoon with Elvis, sponsored by Benchmark Plymouth Crossing. So if you love Elvis music, this is the day you want to be at Cal. Next up, we have Musical Nostalgia with Jackson Gilman, Tuesday evening, July 7th at 5 p.m. In this rollicking review of song parodies and topical originals, no musical form is safe or sacred. In fact, it's blues, country, western, heavy metal, and rock. Call it what you like, cabaret, vaudeville, or story and song-filled fun. Come meet Jackson Gilman and enjoy this event. Next up, we have Ed Priest, the complete entertainer, who will be playing music from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, thanks to the Friends, on Friday, July 17th at 2 p.m. And just as you think we're at the end of the month, we have the South Shore Bay Band back for their final performance of the summer, Tuesday, July 28th at 6 p.m. Compliments of the Plymouth Cultural Council, a subsidiary of the Mass Cultural Council. So, if I've piqued your interest and any of these programs sound interesting, but you don't remember all the details, you can always go to the Town of Plymouth website under Center for Active Living, and on the left-hand side, click on our monthly newsletter, and you will find everything you need. Once again, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fabulous summer. Wear your sunscreen, drink lots of water, and most of all, have a great time. Take care.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cheryl Jones, Director at CAL, the original Center for Active Living. We are Plymouth's Council on Aging, your senior center. I'd like to invite you to join me for virtual mindfulness meditation each week, held on Wednesdays from 3 to 3:30 p.m. Maybe you're a caregiver, or perhaps you're seeking to connect and feel a little more supported in your journey. And let's face it, we all want to reduce stress, maybe replenish our energy levels, and feel a little more empowered. My meditation sessions are the perfect way to do all of this. Just so you know, I've been extensively trained as a mindfulness teacher through the Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction Program at UMass Memorial Health Center for Mindfulness. As John Kabat-Zinn has always said, come to your meditation practice as though your life depended on it, because guess what? It does. You can sign up today and take charge of your well-being. You'll find the live Zoom participation link in our CAL online newsletter. You can also register for any of these sessions in My Active Center, or call the Center for Active Living directly at 508-830-4230. Thanks for watching. Be well, thrive on, and hope to see you soon.